When you set out to spring clean your home, don't leave out your landscape. Your plants and irrigation system likely need attention after lying low through winter. Get your yard work out of the way now and help your landscape ease into spring as the cold days and nights turn warm. First, take the time to clear away any fallen leaves or other debris around your landscape and plants, including weeds. A clean garden helps to stave off disease while promoting growth. This cleanup also gives you a fresh canvas to work with and helps you see problem areas more clearly. Now is also the time to fertilize established rose bushes, fruit trees, and deciduous trees. Spring is your peak blooming season, and the best time to fertilize fruit trees and grapevines is the 6 weeks before and after they bloom. Fertilizing in late winter also helps to produce the finest fruit. Late winter also is the ideal time to prune your landscape when plants are mostly dormant. On deciduous trees, you'll also have a much better view of branches that may be crossing, overgrown, or just in need of shaping. Pruning encourages new growth, so don't be afraid to cut back as much as 1/4 of the living tissue. Most ornamental grasses can be shorn to a 6 to 10 inch height, which promotes spring regrowth. Take this time to refresh mulch in the landscape. Mulch helps to retain soil moisture, suppress weeds, and insulate soil from the cold weather by acting as a blanket. It also conserves water. Adding or replenishing mulch in a 1 to 3 inch layer around your plants can reduce evaporation by as much as 30%. Organic mulch breaks down faster, so refresh it more frequently than rock or other organic mulches. Be sure to clear out a 2 to 3 inch ring around your plant base, since mulch too close to your trunk can cause disease problems. After the frigid temps of winter, give your irrigation system a good once-over. You probably didn't water your landscape much over the past few months, but the weather conditions may have cracked or worn pipes and hoses, especially if you didn't take measures to protect them during the coldest of days. A quick walk through your yard can help with this visual inspection. Next, use the manual setting on your irrigation clock to turn on sprinkler and drip stations one at a time, each for a minute or two. Breaks and damaged components should show up quickly. Finally, check valve boxes for debris buildup or muddy conditions indicating poor drainage. Keep your pipes, hoses, and backflows wrapped for another month. February can still get quite cold, so you'll want coverage to help ensure a working system when spring arrives. If you notice frost or a freeze has damaged a plant, leave it alone until warmer weather arrives, when you can look for new growth. Pruning or transplanting a damaged plant during winter months can hurt or even kill it. Shop for seeds now if you want to plant a vegetable garden in spring. Cool season vegetables should be planted 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. We generally experience our average last killing frost in mid-March. Planting now into early March will allow vegetables to mature in April and May. Lastly, prepare the soil in your garden beds before you do any planting this spring. Amending our hard desert soils will improve garden performance. As long as the ground is not too wet or frozen, begin tilling or turning the ground to break up hard impacted soils. Then add generous amounts of organic material and a balanced fertilizer to feed your soil the nutrients that are lacking in the dirt naturally. Look for a balanced fertilizer containing nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and don't be afraid to ask for expert advice at your local nursery or at the Springs Preserve. Your new plants will thank you when spring makes its much anticipated arrival. February is the time to get out in your landscape and get the dirty work out of the way. The promise of spring will give way once you've laid a healthy foundation for your plants and irrigation system. All important to living a water-smart lifestyle. Reporting for Waterways, I'm Jenna Naba.